Oh, and don't forget, he who controls the water controls the world. No, it's everything. It's all about this planet. No, that's why I call it a water-powered planet. No, it's the first thing on the table of elements. No, where would we be without the hydrogen? Think about it. Earth wouldn't even exist without the water. That's why we're covering this stuff today. And we're going to live in a future world that's going to look like this. It's going to look beautiful. There's going to be no pollution. The birds and the animals. Everything will be safe, clean, powered by water. That's why we're going to cover some of this stuff. And see, this is the most important thing in the world. If you got control of the water, you got control of your freedom, your life, your independence. No, you won't be stuck relying on some resource that comes out of the ground that only a few people have access to. No, this gasoline worked out in our great-grandpa's day, but it's not working out now. Take a look outside. Look on the news. Now you can clearly see the sun is out of control. The ozone layer is collapsing. All this is happening because of these non-renewable energies. No, they knew this. They've known all along. You know, where's all the water going? People are gonna ask some questions. You know, what's happened to trillions of gallons of Earth's water? What's really going on here? Why is the sky being blocked out? What are they hiding? So we have to move forward. We have to move forward. So this was the idea. This was how it was going to work. We were going to have one DC motor power another one. And we're going to use the sun to get the power to power the motor. There's many ways we can do this. So we're fracturing the water in a physical manner. And if you have control of the electricity and you have control of the water, you have control of everything. It's not just about spinning the motors to split the water. You also have to make your own electrical power. Think about this. So I've got that hooked up right there. So I'm making my own power, my own lights. I'm going to be in control of my own gas. Look at this. Put a load on there. You know, when you burn this gas, you're going to be making your own clean water too. Think about that. You're in control of your oxygen. What you breathe. You know, two of the most abundant elements on the planet. Two of the most precious elements known to man. That's why this is so important, and I had to show all this. And this is how it would run at low speeds, low voltage. You know, it's like a dripping faucet. This continues on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The energy just keeps coming in, and the sun does all the work for you. This is a good way to get rid of the human urine. One of the largest waste resources on the planet. Turning it into fuel, into energy. No, the future is here. We're going to use these electromagnetic generators to make the gas. To make the electrical power. To make the fuel. I could spin this at much higher speeds if I wanted to. We'll do that in another video. But really, this is all you need in a separation system. So it's about dividing the molecules and breaking them down to their molecular level, to their atoms, and then separating them again. That's one of the most important parts, is getting rid of the oxygen, removing the oxygen. So we'll continue on. They still have a chance. We're going to continue on with the technology. And we're going to look further down at the atoms, further at the molecules. And don't let these non-renewable energies get you down. No, they took the water. They're taking the water. But in the end, they're going to end up choking on it. They're going to be choking on the water in these non-renewables. Think about it. It's going to be a different game in here in the end. They took the water, but by God, we're going to take it back. We're going to take the water back from these non-renewables. We're going to get to the hydrogen. We're going to get to the oxygen. Whatever it takes. And we can't give up now. It's gonna be tough, but we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna show you this right here. Look, see, you can tap it. Look, I got my solar panels hooked up today. I'm coming in here. Let me get this going. Got my little motor right here. Let me turn this on. So not only do you have the electrical power coming in, think of it like this circuit board right here. No, the water over here that's making the gas. It's kind of like a capacitor. Think about this. So I can use this to tap into and pull electrical power straight from the capacitor, straight from the fuel cell. And not only that, when you have a belt like this, you can tap into this and make electrical power. Let me show you. So just put any motor up to the wheel and get it spinning. See? I can use the bottom. See how you could just tap in and get electrical power? Any part of this system. Just so you guys get the idea. You gotta get your electronics down. Think about that. Didn't I tell you guys these sheep were going to need some water, some hydrogen? Think about it. They need this stuff more than ever now. Think about it. No, the whole world's going up in flames and they don't have any hydrogen. They're not even asking any questions. Think about this. Where did all the water go? Where's all the water? Trillions of gallons. No, trillions of gallons of fuel. It's just disappeared. It's missing. It's gone. They're not asking any questions. Think about that. No, these non-renewable energy companies, they knew. They knew it was the most abundant natural resource on the planet. And if they took control of that, they knew they'd have everything. Now, they got these sheep by the balls now. Think about it. And the wildlife's in danger now. Everything's at risk because they didn't have any hydrogen. They didn't have anything to put out the flames. To put out the flames. Think about it. You need the water. I wouldn't give a squirt of piss for these non-renewable energies at this point. No, these guys are finished. It's over. The game is over. I'm going to talk about these motors today. No, I threw in the towel. I threw in the towel weeks ago. I wasn't going to make any more YouTube videos. I changed my mind. I wasn't going to watch these sheep will go through this like this. I knew they needed some hydrogen. So I had to make another video. Let me show you what we got going on here today. It's never ending. Trillions of gallons missing, just gone. You know, these reservoirs are damn near empty. And nobody's asking any questions, you know. Where's all the water? How are you going to put out these fires? You know? So we'll move on. We'll move on. Show you what we got going on here. So I've got the 12-volt power supply in the back there. And I've got two DC motors hooked up. These are those treadmill motors that I was talking about. So they're very powerful. I have my pulse width modulator here, but I hadn't hooked it up yet. So I can use that as a motor controller to control the speed. And if you ever want to save the electricity, get you a diode. And it looks like this. So before you hook it up to the battery, just like solar panels or anything, same with the motors. You know, you're going to have a diode hooked up like that on the positive side there. So you can save all your electricity that you create. So let's turn this on here. Let me get it going real quick. See, I'm generating electrical power over here. It's coming out as DC square wave. I've got 12 volts coming in. You know, I'm running it off the house power supply right now, so I'll hook it up to my solar panels later. I just wanted to show you this. So I'm making DC square wave, and these things are really nice. They have these huge countersinks on them. And I just hooked the belt up, and you can see I just took a piece of wood out of the garage, a real cheap piece of wood, put some bolts through it, made mounts for the motors. This one already came with a mount. So you have 20 volts coming in right now. Here, I'll put a load on it. Let's make some oxygen and hydrogen gas. There we go. So in a separation system, this is all you need right here, ladies and gentlemen. No, an endless amount of clean energy. Using motors I got out of the garbage. So you can see it's dropped down to 10 volts. You can see the gas coming in here. There's the oxygen gas being produced. Over there at the positive side, and then over there at the negative electrode, you have your hydrogen. You can use the sheep to spin the motors. Anything you can come up with. Gravity, wind, waterfall. No, we can all do this. We could convert every motor in the galaxy over to the DC hydrogen oxygen generating power plant. You can hook all this right up to your solar panel. And the reason I like to do it like this is I have this board set up DC to DC, so no matter what, even if the power's turned off, I can spin this myself and still produce electrical power. You know what they say, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. So this is pretty much what the power generating plant would look like. This would power the sheeple's entire home. Think about it. No, it's a tax-free energy resource. It's endless. There's no need to go off to these crazy wars or anything. There's no need. Gasoline has become obsolete. You can just get the fuel right out of this sink. So it's going to be different now. The world's changing. There's no doubt things are definitely changing, and our energy systems will be changing too. There's an endless amount of clean power in that water. We'll take the load back off the motor. And back up to 20 volts again. And these things are nearly indestructible. You can't tear them up. They last forever. All you gotta do is change the brushes on them if something goes wrong. They're easy to open up and take apart. These counterweights come off. You can see I'm using a very small amount of electrical power to run that. Take a look. Half an amp, 32 watts. But if I put the load back on there, see, now we're producing the gas. Less than a light bulb, less than a 100 watt light bulb. Look at that, 77 watts. 1 amp.